All right, we're back for the tagine of kefta with caramelized lamb kefta with caramelized onions and sweet peppers. What we're going to do the sauce for the tagine first, and then I'm going to show you how to make the kefta, and then we're going to cook it in the sauce. Hold on. Now a tagine is basically just a stew. Now the word tagine can be used like the word what I was just thinking of, terrine. It can describe the dish itself, or it can describe the vessel that it's actually cooked in. So, what I've done ahead of time a little bit to save some time is cut this onion up. Look at that. Watch this. Watch. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if onions grew like that? Into this tagine, we're going to put onions, garlic, sweet peppers, ginger, carrot, lemon, tomato, prune, and some other stuff that I'll show you. And a little bit of, this is some jalapeno that normally wouldn't go in there, but I figured, why not? It's sitting right there, and it's starting to get dry, so I might as well use it. And once we get to the lamb kefta, now kefta is just means ground meat. And I'm not quite sure where the word comes from, although I do want to say it was left over from maybe the Mediterranean travelers, because I know that in Greek they have keftedes, which are meatballs. And, you know, and you go to Ethiopia and they have kitfo. So we got the kitfo, the keftedes. There's got to be some connection there. North African cuisine is not my, forte. It's just something I know pretty well, and I like to make a lot of their food. But I've never really studied the entomology of the dishes. So, anyway, we've cut these all up into about half-inch pieces. Our pan with theoretical olive oil is getting hot. Our carrots that we've scraped because I don't own a peeler. And we're going to cut them in half, lengthwise. And then we're just going to make some room there. Make some room, boys. We're going to cut them bias cut. That's enough. I hate carrots. You know, things I hate, I'm working on that. Into our pan. Now, we're going to season it with salt, crushed red chili, cumin, we're going to throw in a cinnamon stick. Last one, bye-bye. Last little bit of saffron. Black pepper. Paprika. These, we're just going to throw in whole. This is just ginger that we cut in half because we're going to fish it out later. Now we're just going to let that cook around a minute until the vegetables get soft. It's a heat-proof spatula. You should get one. I might do a video later showing you all the little tools you can get by with, and you really should have if you're just starting out cooking, or even someone with the experience that I have. I don't have a lot of shit in my house, man. I don't need to impress people with my 25-piece master-clad or, all-clad perfect stainless pans. I buy my shit at the second-hand store, discount stores. Just as good. Form. Function over form. That's what it's all about. Now, I forgot what I was looking for. Oh. While that's going, we're going to make our kefta. This is ground lamb. We'll put it right into our bowl. And into the ground lamb, we have some mint. Normally they would use dried mint, but I don't have any. Fresh mint will work. Into there. The remains of our onion. In there. Salt. Pepper. Cumin. And you'll see that this is garlic salt. A lot of the things that we put in here are mimicking what is in here. And the last thing again, get out of there. Parsley. We're just going to mix that around. And I'll show you kind of an unusual thing that is indicative of Moroccan tagines that kind of goes against most things that you would do as a stew. And what they don't do is, for the majority of their tagines, they don't brown the meat when they add it. Put that out of the way for now. Or in the way, actually. Now this, you know what that is? That's our faux broth. But Pete, why are we using that? Well, because this is beef, basically beef broth, but it has a lot of the same flavor profiles that you would find in Middle Eastern or North African or in a tagine. It's got your cinnamon, it's got your anise, it's got your garlic, and it's got your cumin, you know, not cumin, but chili and pepper and onion, so it works well. And why not? What else am I going to do with it? It's just flavored beef stock. We'll take our tomatoes, put them in. Are tomatoes indigenous to Morocco? I don't know. Do I look Moroccan? Don't forget to wipe. And last couple things are prunes, which are going to provide the counterpoint to the, oh, look at that. They're pitted. I could have eaten that and I could have sued them. There's a pit in that one. It'd be like the Mackenzie brothers where they found the mouse in the bottle of beer. Eh? So we're going to put that in there. You saw that, right? It's got a pit in it. I bit it. That's what made 95% of my teeth fall out. Lemon. Now this is another one of those things where I wonder if it's going to get done in time. Now, the next thing, very unusual. And the things that I do here are not the same as I would do in a restaurant. I would put dried apricots in here and some honey. But what I have is a fruit puree. This is just apricot puree, no sugar, no anything added. So we're just going to take about that much and that much. And what that's going to do is going to add an apricot flavor. It's going to add a sweetness that the honey would have provided, because honey's really expensive. I don't know why. And we're going to let that cook. Then, for our keftas, all we're going to do, roll it into balls, put it in there. Think it's going to get done? It's power of positive thinking. It'll get done. If not, I'll tell you it's done. And I'll tell you what to do if it's not done. So that's it. Now, normally a tagine, the pan itself, looks like a flat, short-sided vessel out of a, pottery, ceramic, whatever. But it has a cone-shaped top on it. It looks like a big funnel. And the whole idea is that the condensation that builds from the tagine itself falls back into the tagine as it's cooking. It goes up and it condenses at the top and just falls back down. So, almost done. Let these cook for about however much time I can give them. And I'll show you how to plate. And if it's not exactly right, I'll show you how you can fix it. Because normally these would use really kind of tougher cuts of meat, like lamb necks and shanks, and really long cooking, sinewy braising cuts. But they do it with chicken and fish and meatballs and whatever. Anyway, last thing, some more chickpeas. Throw them in there. I love chickpeas. The chickpeas love me. So, we put a cap on it. Then, we grab a plate. Oop, and I'll show you how to plate if we don't run out of time. What are we going to garnish it with? Come on, Pete, tell us what we're going to garnish it with. Well, I will. You just got to calm down a second. We're going to use a little chopped parsley. And now here's something weird before we get on to the final bit of garnish on this thing. There are so many different kinds of tagines. And what's really unusual about a Tunisian tagine is it is so wildly different than this. A Tunisian style of tagine is almost like an Italian frittata. So go figure. We're going to let that cook without the top on it because I think we are going to be able to pull this off. And our other bit of garnish on that is pomegranate. A what? A pomegranate. You know what it is? It's a fruit that comes from a pomegranate tree. It is native and thought to be native to Iran, and it's cultivated all over a lot of dry, very dry, arid regions because it is really drought resistant. These little berries in there, seeds, juicy, sweet, a little bit tart, and cultivated and predominantly in Iran, and then it got all passed around the Mediterranean and stuff like that. Came to United States or America, and I guess about the mid 1700s or so from the Spanish. And there's a boatload of different kinds of, there's about 15 different varieties of pomegranate, so, and they're really, really, really good for you, they say. That can use a little bit of sweetness, so we're going to put another little spoonful of our apricot puree. And just a pinch of sugar. Like I said, this would take a lot of honey, and it'd really be good with olives. So, it's really an exercise in flavor counters. Point of count. So we're going to let that go for a minute. Onto our plate, there's our couscous. Couscous is rockin' good, by the way. Not that I know. We'll make a little mound of it. There we go. Be a little bit spicier. A little more crushed chili. So as you can see, the apricot puree is starting to thicken it a little. And those are really firm, telling me that they're cooked. So we're going to plate. I can't see how much time I got, man. What we'll do is I have nothing. We'll take some of our meatballs. And some of our sauce. Make sure you get some of the prunes in there. Then have a big pot of coffee later. Like parsley. And this, although I despise rim garnishing, for these it looks a little bit rustic, so I like it. And then we'll take our pomegranate seeds and kind of just break them over. There you go. That's our saffron and chickpea couscous with our lamb kefta tagine with peppers and caramelized onions. That's it. Later.